All right, back to Adam Smith. He had it right. The Wealth of Nations, 1776. Today's his birthday, or his baptism day. We don't know when he was born, but June 16, 1723, 300 years ago. Not even I was there. And growth is the only way to get out of poverty. Joining us to comment on that is Kevin Hassett, former chair of the Council of Economic Advisors during the Trump administration, and author of The Drift, Stopping America's Slide to Socialism. So here's Kevin, in effect, implicitly defending Adam Smith. Stop the slide to social. Redistributionism won't work, Kevin Hassett. Adam Smith made that very clear, did he not?
Yeah, it's astonishing that he not only made that clear, and it really is astonishing that it was 300 years ago, but he also said that if you try to fix it with government, then inevitably you're going to have a totalitarian, basically socialist government. And so he saw through to basically everything that we experienced over the last 300 years. I think that it's fair to say that if socialists didn't run our universities, and I write a lot about that in The Drift, that people would recognize that Adam Smith is the most important thinker maybe of all time. And I'm not going into religion, of course, but who had a bigger effect on society, on the earth right now? Newton or Adam Smith, or Einstein or Adam Smith? It's close, right? Because he's absolutely shown us how to deliver prosperity to people. And when he wrote the book, 20% of people in England were unable to work because they were malnourished. And now, basically all around the world, almost everybody has enough food.
1776, that was when The Wealth of Nations was published, as you know. But Thomas Jefferson and Ben Franklin and other founders communicated with Adam Smith. There's lots of evidence that they exchanged letters and so forth. I don't know if Ben Franklin actually met him or not. He may have. I can't remember all my history. It's a Friday and I have a sinus headache. But I think they all knew what they were doing. That's why the Wealth of Nations is in the Declaration of Independence, if you look carefully. Now, Kevin, my point this evening is we got to get back on the growth track. That's why people should think about Adam Smith. And, there's articles in the Journal and the National Review and so forth. I mean, limited government, lower taxes and regulations and so forth. We got 1.5% growth that we've had, and they're all projecting in the future, is not enough, Kevin Hassett.
Right, it's not enough, and basically our country is going to go bankrupt if we don't get back on a growth path. And the thing that I found most interesting about reading the article in the Wall Street Journal about Adam Smith today is that basically his heirs inherited no money, even though he was a very wealthy man, because he gave his money away to poor people. He cared about workers. He cared about ordinary folks, not rich capitalists. And that was why he wrote the book, right? And so the fact is that if you think back to the policies that you and I pushed when we were in the White House in the previous administration, then we talked always about workers, just like Adam Smith did, and we delivered. We gave workers a $6,000 pay hike with the tax cuts. And so now Joe Biden is out there reversing all those policies, pursuing socialist policies, and we've had 25 months in a row of declining average hourly earnings, right? And that's exactly what Adam Smith saw 300 years ago would happen.
We always used to say the best welfare program is a job, okay? And that's very Adam Smithian. So, Kevin, I'm just saying, this is something that Art Laffer has talked about a lot, as you know. The Republicans, look, I would take a Democrat, but unfortunately the Democrats aren't what they used to be. But the point is, the person who was going to win the primaries and the White House will be the person that talks explicitly about growth and getting out of poverty and jobs and middle-class wages and the policies thereof, Kevin. We haven't seen it yet. This segment is not about, we're not picking winners and losers here, just saying generically, this has to be the message, right? It's going to be a pocketbook election.
Right, and it's especially true given the stuff that you and I talked about last week, that if you look at, the Warren Act warnings of mass layoffs, that right now they're as high as they were during the Great Recession. And so firms are getting ready for a recession, I think the economy going into the election year is going to be, very troubled. And the fact is that people are going to have seen that show before. Jimmy Carter gave us an economy on the ropes. Joe Biden is actually doing policies that are way to the left of Jimmy Carter and Barack Obama, and he's going to put the economy on the ropes again. And I think that's why the next election is going to be about the economy, stupid, as Bill Clinton said. And Joe Biden isn't going to like that. He's not going to be able to have any policy proposals that are going to fix things. And I think that's why, honestly, if there's an honorable Democrat out there, they should challenge him in the primaries because, by January, it's going to be obvious that his economic policies have been a complete failure.
Yeah, I was pushing Joe Manchin. I'm back to being in love with Joe Manchin because he's been very good in recent months. He wouldn't commit exactly, but I think you're right, an honorable Democrat. I like that very much. Kevin, I'm going to put you in charge of the economic message specifically in the last 30 seconds here. What should this message be for the leading candidates?
Oh, that Biden gave us inflation that reduced your standard of living, and you're worse off today than you were 4 years ago, and so therefore you have to get rid of these policies. So I think that the old question, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? If you are, you should vote for Joe Biden. Joe Biden's not going to get a lot of votes. And
to get out of this mess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps?
Tax cuts have to be made permanent, and we need to go further. The corporate tax cuts worked, so we should take them even farther south.
I'd say taxes and regulations, I think people understand that. Small business people understand that particularly. Kevin Hassett, fighting socialism, defending Adam Smith. Terrific stuff. Thank you, Kevin.